they will they will laugh in your face most of the time. But yeah, it's web architecture. I think in our vision it's more overlooked. It's ignored. Or like this. Yeah. So what decoupled architecture means, or loose coupled architecture means. So a decoupled architecture or loose coupled architecture is where its components are autonomous and that they are unaware of each other. With such an architecture, the components and layers can be developed independently without having to wait for their dependency to complete. And an example of this would be, let's say we have a front end and a back end. And generally, I think by decoupling the front end from the back end or try to integrate them in a loosely coupled manner is often ignored, and it's highly beneficial. So in our experience, we haven't seen a lot of loosely coupled, or people don't take advantage of this benefit of decoupling, integrating in a loosely coupled manner. The different components there that make up a decoupled architecture interact with each other with well-defined interfaces. So, for example, in cloud computing, we say the provider manages the physical infrastructure, but not the actual application or data hosted in it. Whereas in a tightly coupled client app, if you make changes to the application itself, you have to, if you make changes to the server, the back end of it, you have to change the front end as well. So what are the actual advantages of a loosely coupled architecture? Well, actually it leads to pipeline development, resulting in more streamlined, faster development. It advocates agility, it fosters business innovation, and speeds up the time to market. Idle time and repeated integration can also be minimized. It helps in replacing, extending each site independent of each other, and it simplifies testing. It also helps with scalability and, say for example, string migrations. If you have, say for example, you have multiple sections of a website, in a loosely coupled architecture, you can just replace one section or one component of the website without affecting the others. So how can we achieve this goal by using Drupal? Because as we know, Drupal is architected using layers, as a layered architecture. So at the base of it, we have data, nodes, the core structure, and then on top of it we have the modules, and then we have the block-in menus, and then the user permission and the template on top of it. So how can we actually get this to work in our favor? So in order to do that, we need to identify where the type coupling actually is in this architecture. So we found that most of the times the actual type coupling is between blocks and menus and the template. That's where the type coupling actually happens. So I think by removing or trying to use the base of it, the base of Drupal, and do away with the type coupling, we can achieve a loosely coupled or less coupled implementation or architecture. So here we have putting this is by just using the core module, the module that comes in core, and just flatten it to look like this. So on one component is just the core of Drupal with the main modules that we need already in core, and the front end would be AngularJS. This looks more like a service-oriented architecture, which in principle is a less coupled or closer to the coupled architecture than layered architecture is. But in principle, in general, I think the coupled architecture is more beneficial in higher, more complex applications. So if we look at this application where we have the main backend, then we have a shop, then we have another section called block, then we have a mini site, then I think the service-oriented architecture or the coupled architecture is more beneficial in this scenario, where you can replace, where you can easily replace one section with anything else. Say, for example, your client wants to WordPress blog or wants a mini site in, I don't know, whatever other technology other than Drupal. Well, this can be easily achieved if you use this model. I will leave my colleague Doru Furtuna now to present the nitty-gritty on how he actually achieved
Hi everybody, my name is Doru Furtuna, and I will give you an example or a solution for the front-end developers more, because how many of you are front-end developers? And when you first time see the markup from Drupal, what do you say? What did you say? Do you like it? So all these wrappers, classes, all this CSS by default loading. So I think in our days, front-end developers should be independent from backend, because he did the prototype, he know what how markup should look, he know what CSS should be loaded, and all logic stuff like permissions, like management should go on backend, all rest stuff should go on front end. Drupal actually is one of the best CMS, but it's good for content management. It's good for user management, and Drupal 7 has a great REST ecosystem, and Drupal 8 have by default out of the box RESTful. So why we cannot use it? So here I want to show you how actually it's easy to enable, manage, and use Drupal RESTful from Drupal 8. Actually, we have two options. First one, to use Drupal REST UI module, which is great. You can do every you want to enable some endpoints, to give some permissions from UI, or you can use REST settings YAML, what should put on config folder in active, and it look pretty simple. So you have to indicate your resources, what you want to get to share, get, post, patch, or delete. Supported forward, supported out. So it's pretty simple. And after that, you have to enable permissions for every endpoint. So with Drupal REST UI, you have to go to admin people permissions from settings YAML, it's pretty tricky because you have to run Drush command for this. So with Drupal, from JavaScript we have a full CRUD endpoints. You can create, you can update, get and delete the content by default. But you have to set headers by default, like accept application JSON, what you have to put for every request, and content type when you want to post something or patch something. So actually, today we have a lot of frameworks what works with the API very good, like AngularJS, like Backbone, like React.js also is awesome. But actually, I don't like Angular because it has pretty awesome things. Like AngularJS is model view whatever. What is mean? If you want, you can use it like MVC, model view controller. You'll have controller to like a layer to control what are in the view. You can have model view model when you set scope in every view, in every block, separately, independently. And it's pretty awesome because you will have a lot of blocks, a lot of modules what are independently from all rest of modules. And it's interesting. Actually, it's changed a little bit how you see the application. AngularJS also have a great community. What is I don't know if it's one of the biggest, but the updates are coming like every month, every week. Angular also have a great documentation, great support for every module, and two-way data binding. I don't know if some framework also have this, but actually it's pretty awesome when you have a variable and it's not depending where it was updated from UI, from user, from controller, from service. It will update. It will be updated everywhere. So and also dependency injection. What means you can have multiple models and it will be independently and you load them just when you want it. And there are a lot of more things, but it's too short time. So this is the basics from Angular. So first of all, there are the models. So every component, every functionality has to not must have the module, but it's recommended because it's more readable and it's more maintainable. So it's services. What means the bunch of code what is reusable from controllers, the controllers and directives what also are awesome because with just simple attribute you can assign some functionality to a div. So it's pretty awesome. More things you can find on docs.angularjs.org tutorial. They're pretty awesome things. So some tips about AngularJS application. So actually when you get some content from server side, you can save it in some in some variables and reuse it with different view modes. So like blog post, you have a list of all blogs, of all blog posts, and you get with just one request. And when you change the view with a blog view / IDO blog, you didn't get again a new request. You just get the HTML, the template, and put the data from previous request. So it's kind of tricky cache thing, but it helps when you don't want to reload the page to put user to wait or white pages. So Angular actually has a trouble with non-Angular libraries. What are so when the library like a slider or like Gmap, Google Maps, it wants to change the DOM, but it will be triggered on page load. So most of them can be used with Angular, but should be used from Angular controllers or Angular directives, and just then it will work normally. With Angular, it's not recommended to use document on ready, window on load, or body on load, because it has its own bootstrap, and it will not. So things what will be triggered on ready document will not get the finally content, finally DOM. For every component, or for every page, or for every block, not just every, but when you have a new logic in your site, it's good to have a new model to separate from main application. And also there are gulp, what is awesome tool when you want to, for example, minimize your CSS, to minimize it and uglify your JavaScript. And it's like Drupal caching in Drupal 7 when you have on render page you have just one CSS file with a hash on it. It's aggregated file. So you can use gulp for this, and you will run just once on a development machine or on your local machine, and on production it will look like you want. So in the results, if you use a coupled architecture, in this case Drupal 8 and Angular, you get an independent block, components and blocks. So they are you can put them on every page you want. You will have a backend free, so when your application will grow up and and Drupal will not support, but when you want to change technology, go to Ruby or go to Python, you'll be free for it. You will have to change just the backend technology. The front end will be the same. Actually, you will have to have some adjustments, but it's not critical. Clean markup, so front-end developers will be happy, will get the right markup. No white page on loading, so every time when you will change the URL, it will update just the block, not full page. And if you want, you cache the blocks and data from requests. Actually, I want to show you a site, and after that, every block there is component separately, and for every block actually you will get new request. But when you will change the page, it will not update all pages, but just one block. Actually, it's on my local and something wrong. Okay. So, any questions?
You said about the templates in Drupal that they have a lot of wrappers and a lot of markup on top of it. I think you don't need to rush into things like Angular very quickly because there are some very clean Drupal teams that you can start off, and they have just the minimal markup that you need, and they're specially designed for this purpose of performance and markup cleaning.
Yes, but in these cases, you have, for example, in Drupal 7, when the front-end developer will want something different, you will have to make some preprocess functions, some or when you have to change the template. Not every front-end developer knows PHP, and I don't think.
Do they know Angular?
But the thing is, I think we've already said that the best implementation for Angular is with larger applications, with more complex applications. It's not for single page websites or brochure websites. I think that the benefits of it comes with complex applications, in complex applications. So when you have multiple sections, you have an e-magazine, you have a blog section that you need to change. So if the application has a larger life cycle, then it makes sense to have it loosely coupled. But yeah,
that's what I'm pointing.
Yeah.
If you are a front-end developer and you're looking to clean up your code, you should start off by searching the Drupal base team that has a very clean markup. And if that doesn't satisfy you, then you can move forward.
Exactly.
Because there are some teams that have their own set of preprocess functions.
And also when you have multiple technologies on the same application, then it makes sense to use one separate front end only for that. So when you have third-party API integrations, many multiple, then it makes sense.
One example would be that we have Drupal as a backend, and we have the AngularJS frontend, and we have also mobile applications which are consuming the same services as the Angular front.
Exactly.
And you don't need to write.
And with lots of devices coming up, like smart TVs, consoles, so then it makes sense to have only front end and have the front end developer working on specifically on that, and leave the back end developers.
Yeah, I'm saying that you also have scenarios where you run, for instance, a mobile device consumes Drupal API, but still the front end of the software is on Drupal, it's not headless integration.
Yeah, no, Drupal is great for simple things, and even obviously even for complex things, as we say. But yeah,
it probably makes more sense, like you said, when you have a very complex application. Because when you have simple, the implementation for the decoupling, I think it's more expensive in time and in resources than it's when you're using also Drupal for front end. When you have small projects.
yeah, no, you're right. But Drupal 8 even more does even more out of the box with so many modules included. I think it doesn't make sense to complicate things. But when you have complex applications, then you can develop them in parallel rather than
Yeah, I have two questions. One of them would be, would a proxy cache fit into this equation where you use Angular, like Varnish, for example, or Squid?
Yeah, and obviously in this side you can have then post it on different servers, and you can have a proxy cache
Yeah. So then you have to be
We're
very
actually
careful
using
with the
AngularJS
invalidation rules
for
for the response.
But it's almost the same as.
Yeah. And my second question would be, is it possible to cache something between requests on the client with Angular using local storage, for example, or some crouch database or something?
Angular has its own cache system.
Yeah.
If you want to cache just one request, you can. So it's one flag, cache two, and for every time, if the user will not refresh the page with refresh from browser, or will not change to another tab, every time one will be requested same URL.
Yeah, that's clear. But if the page is refreshed, then can you make a new request, or can you cache that between requests somewhere in the browser?
Out of the box, Angular doesn't have this option, but there are a lot of modules, and I think there are a solution for this.
Okay, thank you.
You can use the browser's
Local storage.
Local
Yeah,
storage, yeah.
yeah, of course. But then you have to implement this separately. I was curious if there is something out of the box or a module for it.
But to be honest, with Angular, obviously, we're still exploring it. We're kind of new to it. Obviously, it's a new technology.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I'm exploring myself also. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, thank you.